Meme, a noun, an element of a culture or system of behavior that may be considered to be passed from one individual to another by non-genetic means, especially imitation. The Big Bang. It is the beginning of all beginnings. 13.8 billion years ago, a very big explosion that erupted from a sphere of all matter in an infinitely dense space.
Wow!
This explosion created space, time, and everything in the known universe. After the Big Bang, several thresholds of complexity were set off in a chain reaction. After the Big Bang, it was about 200 million years until anything else happened. That's a lot of years. When the Big Bang went off, it formed the most complex atoms, eventually clumped together enough to become so dense and hot that they became stars. With these newly formed stars came elements. When the first stars began to die, they formed elements that would one day help form the Sun, the Earth, and many other planets. Once the Sun was formed, matter orbited it, and the gravity helped several planets to form, and it just so happened that the Earth was put in perfect position to sustain life. Life began on Earth around 3.8 billion years ago, starting with the simplest single-celled organisms called prokaryotes, and the process of evolution began. Evolution eventually led to the development of Homo sapiens. Humans are different from other species in many ways. Mainly their uncanny ability to produce memes. They copy each other almost instinctively. But due to their minds not being perfect, some bits of information are lost, either in failure to properly transmit the idea or in one's ability to recall information. The missing information can be filled by one's creative thinking, filling the gap but making the idea slightly different from what was originally presented. This sharing of information is the foundation for collective learning. One example of how this is used is with the development of language in human culture. Humans are the only species to have a full symbolic language for communication. Memes depend on language to be passed around. One would imitate the vocal sounds to represent an object or idea. Over time, the sounds have changed and evolved into languages such as Greek and Latin, and then evolved further into modern languages such as English, Spanish, and many more. Memes had a great impact in the development of agriculture. People have a natural tendency to imitate the best imitators. Because of that, those that were imitating were prospering from successful farming techniques that they copied from other farmers. The development of agriculture was spread by meme. The development of agriculture led to the adoption of cities, which led to governments and religions. These were the earliest memes. Later they evolved into what you see today. Memes have literally created the modern world. They did spread themselves from the first life forms through evolution, and then evolved themselves into more memes, and then into other life, and then more memes, and then finally humans. After a long very time, these humans were the ultimate memers that could meme anything out of anything, and the best of these memers were meme fountains that forced memes into the neurons of another individual, of the fellow human being that were not as strong at meming. They spread their ideas throughout memes to spread memes, so therefore memes spread themselves for the benefit of the meme, and the benefit of the organism is nothing but a side effect.
X gon' give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door to spill. The non-stop pop and stainless steel. Go hard, getting busy with it. I got such a good heart that I make the motherfucker one day if you did. Damn right, and I do it again. Cause I am life, so I got to win. Break bread with the enemy. No matter how many cats I break bread